Just to clarify, these views that we speak of on our podcast are 100% our own and not those associated to anyone from Luton Town Football Club. Thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to Owen the Town, and loads to come up on today's episode as we look back at Luton Town's first competitive fixture of the season, which ended in a 3-1 win over Norwich City, although they did have 15 players out apparently. But is what it is. We still won the game. We take a look at Jordan Clark's professional debut, his Luton debut in the Cup. Did very well. We're going to look at that. We're also going to answer your Instagram questions. It's going to be good. Loads to get through. Bataro's with me today.
Good evening.
So is Dave.
Evening.
Evening both. How are you?
Very well indeed.
Yeah, not too bad. Apart from a bit jealousy, you lot talked to Chris Coyne last week. That's fine.
Did you hear it?
He's lovely, wasn't he? He's good.
Yeah, he's, I'm pretty upset. Don't worry about that. It's fine. I was in the Cotswolds, just let everyone know. That's why I couldn't do it. It was a lie, what he told you, what they both told you.
What did we tell you?
Well, no. Well, not.
I tell you what we need to tell you. You need to be closer to the microphone.
It doesn't take long.
You just can't get used to it, can you?
It's not rocket science, Bataro. It's not. It's not rocket science.
Anyway, Chris Coyne, what a laugh. If you haven't heard our Chris Coyne podcast yet, which I'm sure you have because so many people have said so many lovely things about it, go check it out. It's on YouTube, it's on iTunes, and you haven't even heard it all yet.
It's probably not worth a listening if I'm not on it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Because you're not on it.
Joking. Of course, no, it's brilliant in all fairness. No, I've heard quite a lot of it.
Nice.
Like I said, I had the Cotswold, well, I say 4G, half a G, whatever it was. It was shocking.
So Luton Norwich, the Carabao Cup first round fixture. When this fixture was announced, I thought the highest ranked team we could have got, right? But
well, yeah.
With all their injuries and suspensions and players out on international duty, it turned out actually being all right.
Good win.
Well, it's a win's a win, isn't it? It's it's a good start. It's a good warm up for us.
Exactly. It gives us a bit of confidence, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. And it was a good result. 3-1. Who's going to moan?
And also, all this talk about, they had 15 players out and whatnot. So what? They still had a strong enough team.
You can only beat what's put in front of you.
Little Luton, everyone kept saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Joke.
But you can only beat what they put in front of you.
Exactly.
So it's Norwich City. In 10 years' time, you can look back and say, we beat Norwich City. You're not going to remember who's playing for them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course.
They still did that, like you said. They still had some okay first team players in there, like Jordan Hugel they've just signed up front.
Yeah, I love the way he said okay there. Not good. Or
well, he's not like
excellent.
amazing, is he, Jordan?
No,
he was he at QPR last year?
Yeah, he's the lumping in. That's what he is.
They missed loads of cities in the 3-2.
Yes, that is exactly him. Yep. But no, like I said, they still had, is it Closer at centre half? Did Steepman play as well?
I think Tetty played, didn't he?
Yeah, Alexander Tetty was a Premier League player with them.
Yeah.
He signed for what? Quite well, big money for what you'd say for Norwich a few years back. So they can't really complain. I mean, their team was probably worth 10 times the amount ours was.
Yeah.
You look at it that way. So you can't really sit there and go, or any Norwich fan that sits there moaning.
I'm just waiting for you to get a bit closer to Mike still. You can't get used to it.
Yeah, but I'm basically blowing it if I'm doing this. It's not good, is it?
That's what you need.
No, it's not.
Get your practice in, mate.
Yeah, well, that's a bit.
So,
don't ask.
Producer Jacobs made some notes. I didn't see the game on Saturday, so I'm literally going off what you're going to say and Producer Jacobs going to say. But he said the first half wasn't like the best, but James Shea pulled off a couple of okay saves. It's good to see Shea basically providing that competition for Sluga, isn't it? Early doors.
That's what you need. You need covering every single position. You need challenges. And excuse me. But that's what I was going to say now. But anyway, but yeah, you need cover in either position, and you need someone to push the other one, so to speak. That's what I meant to say here.
Shea made some great saves in the first half, I think.
He did. I think in the second half he made a couple.
And a couple in the second half, yeah. And by all reports, he had a great game. So it's good to know that backup's there. If you think Sluga's our number one and Shea can come in at any point.
Don't get me wrong, though. I do think that goal maybe he could have sorted his position out a bit sooner. But we won't go into that because it was a great display and I will not hold that against him.
Yeah.
Do you think Sluga starts on Saturday against Barnsley?
I would expect
He hasn't played much though in pre-season, has he?
No, he hasn't.
I think he's played like one half of football. I don't know if he's.
I wouldn't be surprised if Shea's back in there for the time being.
Really?
To start the season, yeah. Because I think, Mr. Jones himself, he likes Shea, doesn't he? So I can see it happening. And he'll try and get Sluga in. Cause like you said, he hasn't really played a lot, has he?
I don't think so. I think from the friendlies we've played, Shea played the whole of the Northampton game. I think Sluga played half against Wildstone or something. Not half a half, just a half.
Yeah. I know
Yeah,
you
sorry.
try and get out there. But no, I was going to say, obviously Sluga, when's he back anyway from national duty? Does anyone know? Are Croatia playing tomorrow night?
Must be this week sometime. Yeah.
So he's not really back till late anyway, is he, really?
Yeah, it's hard to see, isn't it? And I'm sure the squad will be probably travelling up to Barnsley on Friday.
And I'm sure it would name his squad on Thursday anyway.
Yeah, so
surely. So.
Looks like we could see Shea starting in goal, which I guess isn't a bad thing, is it?
No, mate. Everyone knows what James Shea's about. He's safe. He's secure.
True.
He's trusted.
Yeah, true. You do trust him, but also at the end of last season, you were trusting Sluga too. So
Yeah, of course.
both goalkeepers are worth their salt. So let's hope whoever starts has a great game. But Shea did actually do some great work on the weekend.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, into the second half, we really kind of just got there in the end, didn't we? With this win, and let's talk about the penalty. The legend Pelly Ruddock and Panzu, nice little touch, back inside. I thought it was a foul.
Oh, definitely, it's a massive penalty. Yeah, I'm going closer now. Massive foul. Mate, anyone can see that. Even I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah.
But, mate, do you know what? I was really impressed with Pelly on Saturday. Really, really impressed with him.
What impressed you about Pelly on Saturday?
Second half. The way that the first half, not saying he didn't do anything, but I thought it was a bit from everyone, do you know what I mean? But second half, he came out and he proved to people, to me especially, to people, just to me, that he can pick his tempo up a little bit and he can stand out at times.
As an attacking player, would you say?
I like him going forward.
You do like him
not?
going forward?
Yeah.
No,
I
I
do.
agree. I think Pelly...
I don't trust him defensively, but I trust him going forward. I always said this. People don't, sit there and go, that's bullshit. You can listen back to podcasts from however many long years ago or whatever, or months ago, should I say.
Yeah, I think Pelly, when he's in that attacking position, I'm happy for him to give the ball away every now and again. As long as he is positive.
In that attacking position, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not all the time in that position, is it, Gregory? We all know that.
Nah, he's a legend, mate. Don't worry about it.
You got to ask yourself though. It was a very quiet first half, and Nathan Jones obviously set the team up well for the second half. He made a couple of substitutions, got them playing better. So you've got to put some credit there too.
Yeah. I'm don't get it wrong, Dale. I'm not slating him or anything like that.
No, I understand that, but
I just think it was like the way the game went in first. It's obviously momentum swings, isn't it? You get that in football.
But maybe the tactics were there in the first half. See how we play. And pushing up for second half. And second half, Luton, as usual, got better under Jones. I think he's sort of tactically quite aware when he's watching the games.
Well, Colin stepped up and he put the ball in the goal to give us the lead. It's nice to see Colin score, isn't it? I know he slipped in that penalty against Blackburn on that final game, but this time, no mistake. Nice penalty. And up and running already with a hat-trick. Yep. You can't really complain, can you, to be honest with you?
Good to see after that miss as well, when we went for on goal. I've seen it, and he obviously slipped. Tried to turn. It was like a truck trying to turn in. There were loads
of things on group chats and social media, basically slagging him off at some point, saying he wasn't good enough, blah 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 blah. And then in 10 minutes he scores 3 goals almost.
And that's the most important 10 minutes.
You saw people slagging off Collins on Saturday.
I did, yeah.
Wow. Who?
Just
name and shame.
I'm not going to name and shame anyone, but what I would say is they were saying, he's too slow, he's not on the ball, he's not fit enough. He's not getting in his positions.
I've heard people saying that as well.
And they was all saying that, yet he scores 3 goals. Now, if he's not good enough and he can score 3 goals when he's not good enough, wait until he's really on
We all
form.
know he's good enough anyway. I mean, the work rate. I mean, for someone who's such a defensive forward, let's face it, he's a defensive forward. He, like I say, he scored how many goals last season? 11, 12, was it?
I thought he got 14 last season.
Was it? Was that all competitions with it? But either or. Anyway, but even to score 14 goals in probably 40 odd games. I'm happy with that. You happy with that? That's a good return.
No, it's not bad, is it? Really?
For a £250,000 striker that he was a few years back. That's good stuff.
You can't complain.
No, you can't. Not at all.
It's quite funny as well that he scored a hat trick and then Ireland go lose 1-0 to Denmark, and you think, if only Ireland had a striker that could score a hat trick, Yeah,
if he was there in Ireland duty, mate, wouldn't have had him in the hat trick team. So it's Good things for us anyway.
We're going to talk about Jordan Clark today because we thought he was pretty good at the weekend, and you and Steve raved about him a bit in the group chat. He's the one that set up the second goal. That's fine, mate. Just cracking open a beer. Go for it.
The second goal, it was a good move all round, wasn't it? It was a cracking pass out to the right hand side, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was just a nice
was that the second or third,
floated cross.
I think the second one, was it?
Yeah, it's the cross in. Pelly pulls it back.
Oh yeah. The chest, yeah.
And it was just good, wasn't it? It was just it's just a bit of a taste of what we can expect from Clark. These balls going into the box, maybe it feels a bit like it did when we had Stacey doing that.
Yeah. And the thing is, what really impressed me was that third goal. Because I just can't get it out of my head. That ball was Pelly, wasn't it? That ball from Pelly.
From midfield Clark, across the right, yeah.
That was unbelievable. And I mean, that touch as well.
That first touch was great.
Yeah, it was amazing, yeah.
And then the ball in, I thought, that is such, like, not simple, but that's explosive football for me. And that got me on the edge of my seat, and I thought, this is great to see.
Well, you think about it. Last season, we didn't really score many goals like that third one. Did we really? Where it's simple, like you run down the line, you pass it back and you tap it in. No. When you think about it, that didn't really happen last year.
Because all our players are so deep, back in their own half, maybe. But look, it's great to see, isn't it? You can score different varieties of goals as well, it's good.
True.
Although 2 did come from down that right-hand side.
And
actually, didn't all 3 of them come down from that
I
side?
think they all did come down from the right-hand side. But also, I would agree with Luke there, but, when he said, it's Stacey-esque almost, and it's what we've probably missed a lot last season, because we didn't have Stacey or Justin. So it's nice to see that option, and he was quick, and his pass was amazing. Yeah,
that was a brilliant goal.
It was a great goal. Lovely to see it.
I think they're all good goals, in all fairness.
The problem is with the Carabao Cup is you get the feeling we're not going to win it. So you
get that feeling, do you?
Well, yeah, come on.
You've got a slight feeling we're not going to win it.
No, because it's not like it used to be, unless.
Don't take the piss, Gregory.
No, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, of course.
So of course we're not going to win it, but if we do what's up for grabs now in round 3. So it'd be nice to get through to round 3 at least.
Do you imagine Paul Pogba at Kenilworth Road? Round 3, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
What's it matter? We're not going to be there, is we? It's just so annoying.
Do you know what, Dave? I love your negativity. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, we could play Man United or we could play Joe Bloggs City.
I wouldn't have been there anyway, even if it was a crowd.
No, you wouldn't, would you?
No, couldn't get a ticket.
No, it's your fault, not ours.
It's not my fault, mate. It's not my fault I can't get a ticket. They're all sold out. Either way.
Like I said, I see my
no one's going to be there anyway. Forget it.
£8.
If we talk about the Carabao Cup, then we've got Reading away next Tuesday in the second round. Kicks off at 6 o'clock.
Next week already?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
It kicks off at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And it's just one of them ties. It's just so boring, though, isn't it?
Well, let's be honest. When we went to Reading last season,
Reading beat us 8-0 over 2 games last year.
Yeah, but
but I still don't rate them. That's the thing. I still don't look at Reading and just think anything. Just nah.
Possibly one of the worst away performances we witnessed.
Yeah, 100%. But look, just going back to obviously the whole Reading Man United game, it's incentive, isn't it, to play Man United as well, especially for the players. So look.
But that's the same for both teams.
Yeah,
that's the problem with having a draw before the game's played, is that the incentive is there for both teams.
Why have they done like that, by the way? Because I have no idea.
Because they have to get them done real quick.
Oh, right, okay. Just a bit confused, that was all.
I'm sure, though, Luton are probably going to be up for it more than Reading. Luton will want to play Man United more than Reading. I've never seen Luton play Manchester United. Like, this would be crazy. This would be good. This would be so good.
Go on, Dave. I see that smug look in your face. Go on, I've seen him.
Literally, like 4 days before we play Watford as well. Imagine that. Imagine someone told you 5, even 2 years ago, that a week of fixtures would be Manchester United at home followed by Watford away. Oh, come on.
Been there, done that.
How far we've come.
No, look, when you're as old as I am, you've seen quite a few fixtures. You youngsters have got it all to come and all to suffer and all to enjoy. So, look forward to it. Let's hope we can make that.
Producer Jacobs put down here in the stats, he said Luton last played Manchester United in 1992 in a 1-1 draw. He said Mick Harford scored the only goal, which obviously is not true because there was 2 goals. But that's Producer Jacob for you.
Yeah, but come on. The only goal for Luton, you fool.
Were you there, 92, Man United?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go on, Dave, go on. You tell me exactly what the weather was like, the temperature and all sorts. Go on.
I can't tell you that, but I tell you it was 1-1.
Okay, yeah, it's because you just did it there. That's fine.
Look, when you watched games like that. You know, in the 1992, a 1-1 draw against Man United was what you'd expect. Mm-hmm. Man United were the top teams then, weren't they? So, you know, we did a good job there. And Mick Harford was always a legend, always will be a legend. So he can take that stat. I love it. I hope he's not the last person from Luton to score against Man U, though.
Well, we'll see in about however long it is, month's time or whatever.
Couple of weeks,
mate. Hang on a minute, what?
If we beat Reading, we play Manchester United 2 weeks tomorrow.
Wow, that's.
And then you play the next round after that 3 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks already? The third round?
Yeah.
They're in a rush to get it done.
The fourth round is done by the end of September. And then the quarters are in November.
You can tell I definitely didn't look at the draw yesterday.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So it's just going to be so exciting. Let's just hope we beat Reading. So like you said, imagine all these Man United players here. Just imagine like Glenn Ray smashing into like Paul Pogba in the corner. Oh.
When you put it like that, it's a bit weird, but I know what you're saying. Mate, in all fairness, the thing is, right, even if we get to this stage, and obviously we're saying, we're saying, fuck it, we're not even there yet, but even if we get to that stage, let's just fucking kick them off the park a little bit. Give something to cheer about. Because we don't care. We'll end up
It's a guaranteed
anyway.
TV tie as well. Bit of money for the club.
Well, you say that. We didn't get on TV against Newcastle, did we?
Yeah, but Newcastle's not Manchester United at home.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, Man United are TV favourites, aren't they? So you might get that one.
100% would get it. And, yeah, everyone would love it. So that's happening. Carabao Cup. All good fun. Let's talk about Jordan Clark then a bit more in depth. When we signed Jordan Clark, I didn't know much about him, not going to lie. But a lot of Accrington fans rated him highly. A lot of, Luton fans who knew of him said, no, that's a good signing. And... He's kind of. I think he's replacing Izzy Brown, isn't he? Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, he can play anywhere along like the attacking positions, can't he? So, yeah, he looks a similar sort of prospect, doesn't he? As well, he's quite good on the ball. His first touch is good by the looks of it. I mean, I've seen him play a few times. I looked at a lot of highlights as well, but yeah, I'd say so. And maybe he might work slightly harder.
Well, I was about to say the same thing. If again, I don't want to refer to the podcast you didn't listen to all the way through yet, but when we was talking to Chris Coyne, he was saying that you need a hunger, you need a real hunger for it, and maybe this guy Jordan Clark has that hunger more.
He's got more points to prove, hasn't he?
Of course, he's not at Chelsea, is he? He's not out on loan. He's come from a smaller club to a much bigger club, and Accrington would firstly admit that. And he's got a point to prove. He got to prove that he's that good. So he really wants it. So
good luck to him as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's chose the right path as well. Come to Luton to prove himself. We're not better to prove yourself than Luton. Let's face it. I know people might go, that's a bit biased, but it's true. How many talents in the past have Luton produced?
Loads, absolutely loads of people use us as a stepping stone. But if they use us for a stepping stone, but then we become better for it, and then we progress, we progress to the league, and we get into that new stadium, then they won't be stepping through Luton, 100%. They'll be coming to Luton.
Do you know what I like about Jordan Clark from what I've seen of him so far is I do think he's a similar player to Izzy Brown, but I feel agility-wise and...
I thought the same,
yeah, he just seems to be... The best way I can compare this to is like Izzy Brown, I guess you could say, similar to a player like De Bruyne in movement and stuff. Like in movement ways and stuff. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
De Bruyne's a bit deep, mate. I wouldn't be compared to De Bruyne.
Okay, but not in like position wise, just in like body and the way they move.
Yeah.
Is that making any sense? Because I was going to say Jordan Clark's more like David Silva with the ball. When he's on the ball, he's all like agile and quick and whereas...
No, I get you. I honestly, I get what you're saying. The thing is, Izzy Brown, I watched him in a friendly, that's nothing, that's completely irrelevant. But I watched him against Leicester for Sheffield Wednesday, right, in a friendly. And I watched him the other day in the Cup as well. And I tell you what, I didn't realise until he was in a different shirt how fucking lazy he actually is. He's honestly so lazy. I was watching his movement. He just don't do nothing up top. I mean, don't get me wrong. He does things. He's insane on the ball. I mean, I love him. I think he's a brilliant player, technically. But I see what people are saying now with work rate. I do get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. It might be because it's a new team. It might have been nothing, but I'm starting to realise. I look back on a few Luton games as well, and I start to point out certain things that people were saying.
But when he was on his game, he was fantastic. He was fantastic.
I mean, the stats speak for themselves, don't they? The creation.
But this is getting back to the That's the point we just made. If you're really up for it, Jordan Clark can prove himself in that way, and maybe Izzy Brown's happy to just take the dosh and move on. But we shouldn't go back to that. We should be talking about this guy, and he's got a lot to offer for us. Yeah, a lot.
It's going to be exciting for him as well because it's his first season in the Championship, isn't it? So he's going to want to prove himself.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, people need to give him a chance. They need to be patient with him, even if he doesn't pull it off. Because let's face it, I mean, he might have done well when he came on the other day, and he might have looked good in pre-season, which he has. But it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to start off with a bang. And if people start getting his back straight away on whatever else, then they need to take a back seat and just say, do you know what? This boy played League One. And, like I said, he's got stuff to prove. Even if he doesn't do it, all the time on consistent basis, as long as he gives 100%, I'm sure people will be happy with that.
How do you see him fitting into the team then going forward? Is he more of a number 10? Is he more of you give him a free roam?
Right side of diamond.
Does he play right side of diamond, do you reckon?
For me, yeah. If Nathan Jones plays the diamond, then he plays right side of the diamond for me.
Yeah.
With sorry, I got a bit closer. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I mean, well, for me, Cornick has to be in Aaron Collins, so depends on what you want. But
can you see him starting against Barnsley on Saturday?
Maybe not. No, maybe he's an impact player. We need something. I think we're going for a solid team because I don't think you want to lose or concede away, do you, from home? Really. Even though it doesn't matter at the moment, but I can see him as an impact player. But I think you have to have one, maybe him or Kaz, on either side.
I generally think he might start, to be fair.
Yeah,
I think he might start. Why not? He had a great game at the weekend. Why would you not put him out again?
But do you want to chuck him in the deep end? That's the thing.
Why not?
I mean,
just want to win the game.
Yeah, but the manager wouldn't have selected him if he didn't think he was good enough to do a job. So he wouldn't have bought him if he didn't think he was good enough to do a job. So why would you automatically think he won't start? Maybe he is the person that makes that work on Saturday. So I don't see a reason why he can't start.
Well, we asked your opinions on Jordan Clark from the weekend. Leanne says it explains why we never went back in for Izzy Brown. While Izzy clearly has talent, I don't think he fits in with Nathan Jones's ethos. While Clark looks like a Nathan Jones type player, I'm excited to watch him play. Luton Town Analytics say they can see him push in to take Lee's cam spot or Cornick's right mid, right wing spot, depending on formation. He is a smart, forward-thinking player who can create chances and take players on. Leo says feels the void of Izzy Brown. First touch is immense. See him linking up with Collins a lot this season. And Liam says ball control was great, took players on, won the ball back around the halfway line a few times, and is completely unselfish to square its collar at the end, which is actually true because you look back at that third goal, a lot of players in Clark's position there may have just gone in and shot. He was
he looked up.
He looked up and
you're told that straight away, aren't you? Look up, played a great pass, easy goal. And that's what you want. And we said it earlier. How many times have we seen that last season? Not that many.
No, that's true.
So if you've got a little bit of quality down the right there, why not? Good boy.
Just like last season, we didn't really have that type of player to get in that position to do that.
Exactly.
I guess you can say Cornick, but, with Cornick, what he's like sometimes.
Cornick out, it's all right. So I was reading here about, obviously, Luton Town Analytics. They went, obviously, pushing maybe Cornick. That's the thing. He's probably brought in to push Cornick or something like that, or could play on either side or behind the striker as a number 10, maybe to push Elliot Lee if he plays there. Starts it. No one knows, but don't get me wrong. I'm going to keep saying it. I want Harry Cornick in that starting 11 every single week. Every single week, I want Cornick in there.
If Cornick can really get it together this season and have a season where he scores 10 plus goals.
Yeah, but he had a good season last season.
But let's step it up now.
I think
he scored 10 goals last season.
Scored 20.
I think the thing is we had a different type of pressure last season. The pressure was we were like backs up against the wall most of the season. If we get a good start, then maybe the players can relax a little bit and perform better. We was up against the wall the whole of the first part of the season. When Graham Jones was in charge, no one was performing brilliantly.
It's true.
No one.
Yeah.
What I mean, though, if Harry Cornick now kicks on and has a better season than last season, there's no reason why at the end of next season he's not a £15 million player. Tell me, does that sound ridiculous? You think if Brentford just signed Tony for 10 mil?
Yeah, no.
Then he scored, how many goals he scored, in League One?
23, maybe.
23.
Were they mostly penalties?
If Cornick gets to 10, 15 in the Championship and has, 10 assists.
Just another thing as well, right, with football. You said about Ivan Toney cost £10 million, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 23 goals or whatever. And people obviously would love to correct me on that. I don't really know. I don't really care. But it's around about that mark. James Collins in League One, how many goals did he score? 24?
Scored more. I think he scored 24.
24. Why is he not worth £10 million straight away? I'll tell you why. Because he's not quick.
And he's a bit older.
Doesn't matter.
I still think Colo in the market nowadays is at least like 3 mil. At least 3 mil.
It's because of the type of players where you get. If you get an explosive, powerful player, then obviously because they're more exciting on the eye, and people pay more money for that. Would you not think there's a thing these days?
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what I think. I think it's a bit ridiculous sometimes.
It's just like Olivier Giroud is going to cost less than, I don't know, like a Callum Wilson, for example. It's just the type of player they are, aren't they?
It's strange though, isn't it? It's very strange.
I know. It's just no one wants an Olivier Giroud nowadays. I'll take one though.
And it depends how much. It depends how much.
He's insane, mate.
No, but that's the point, isn't it? The problem is that it's where the money is, isn't it? If you've got the money and the club know you've got the money, they're going to hold out for the biggest price.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So if Brentford or the other team from down the road and any of those former Premier League teams come down, you've got crap loads of money, and they're interested in your player, you're holding out for the biggest price. So that inflates the price way above what it should be. Way above. And, your man has gone to Brentford there. He needs to prove himself and prove that he can do it at that level.
And I don't think he will. I'm just going to put it out there. Just going to shout that one out. I don't think he's going to
But I think we've got a bargain with our guy.
Either way, do you think we need to look at maybe a striker like that for this season still, with a month left of the window? Do we need another striker that is a bit quick?
Someone who can change the game up top. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Danny Hilton, but is he really going to change the game in certain situations?
I just think Hilton and Collins are too similar.
I agree with that.
Their play style, that we don't have like an option B. Mm-hmm. We don't. And you could probably say Cornick and Lualua, but are they out and out strikers?
No. Nowhere near. I mean, Cornick used to be, but I won't say he's an out and out striker. I mean, you've seen his finishing ability, but I'd rather Cornick out wide anyway. But no, we do need, I'd say like an Isaac Vassell kind of player. We need someone like him again.
Well, Tyler Walker went to Coventry.
Exactly. He would have been a good backup off the bench.
Sorry, but Tyler will get closer to the microphone one day. But yeah, Tyler Walker, I looked at Coventry's signing of that and thought, you know what, we could do with that. We could do with a player like him.
I think you've got to ask where Nathan's looking for a striker. If you're looking for a striker, do you go down a couple of leagues and just pick one up and then sort of bring him forward, or do you look for an established one, or do you just go with what you've got and bring in someone from the academy or whatever else?
I just think if you can sometimes get a player that can just cause problems with pace and power, even if he doesn't have the best goal scoring record. I don't believe in sometimes always goal scoring records, because everyone goes, oh yeah, but he only scored like 9 goals last season. But look at the kind of team he was in. What kind of football did they play? It doesn't really matter.
True.
What bugs me when people go, yeah, but he was in a relegated team last season. They can't be that good. But if you're a standout player in a relegated team or whatever else, you've got it worth a fucking
if you're performing in a poor performing team, I agree with you. So it depends where he's looking. So I genuinely think we should have a backup striker from somewhere.
Going back onto that Callum Wilson thing as well, he scored 8 goals last season.
Yep.
And a lot of people going, oh, he's not good enough to be worth £20 million or whatever in the Premier League. Who is worth £20 million these days anyway? Or actually, don't worry about that. But fuck that. But yeah. Anyway, but still, the thing is, he's got 8 goals, and people go, oh, he's £20 million for 8 goals. Yeah, but he might score fucking 18 goals next season because the way you play, the style of football,
and then service you give him. Yeah,
I mean, look at James Collins, and obviously James Collins always scored goals anyway. Danny Hilton, for example, I think he scored 12 goals a season before we signed him from Oxford, or something like that. I mean, like I said,
yeah, it weren't many for Oxford. I don't think
it wasn't great, was it? But then he comes to us and scores 20 goals or whatever, 19 in the first season, and he goes and scores 20 again. I mean, come on, look, it's
time will tell, and Saturday will be the beginning of it all again. It'll be great.
Well, let's talk about Saturday quickly. The season is kicking off away at Barnsley. Do we need to win? Is it?
Just don't lose.
Just don't lose.
Don't lose.
It's a don't lose.
Barnsley are a good side.
Yeah, they are a good side. But it's a don't lose. But if we win, it's a bonus.
So do we take a point at Barnsley at the weekend?
100%.
Yeah, it's a not lose. It's a not lose situation, isn't it? And a win would be a total bonus.
Put it this way, for me, like I said, I'm going to keep reiterating the fact that I keep saying this, but Barnsley are a very, very, very good side, and they didn't get enough credit last season from a lot of people. they are a better side than what they've ever showed. I promise you that. No, since that guy came in, fucking Struharber, whatever his name is. I actually don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
To be fair, though, had Wigan not had the 10 points...
Yes, but Dave, have you not seen, like...
I have seen them. I don't think we should be...
Well.
We shouldn't be scared of them. We shouldn't be scared of them. It's the disappointing thing is we're not all going up there to watch it. That's the disappointing thing. So, can we beat them? Of course we can beat them. Just don't lose.
It'll be interesting to see if we can keep up that away form we had after lockdown under Nathan Jones. We were unbeaten away. Only had one defeat, and that was that Reading 5-0. Every other away game, and you look at the fixtures we played away from home as well, Leeds and Swansea and Hull.
Tough games. Yep.
Very tough games. So, you never know, maybe this is where we kick on.
I hope you're right. I really hope we don't come out after Saturday fucking losing 2 or 3-0 or something like that. That'd be gutting.
Look, you know what? It's the first game, but we've already won one game this season. We're against Norwich, which is great. So let's see what happens.
I think we're due a win anyway this year.
We can just get a bit of momentum going before that Watford game. That's all you want. If we go into that Watford game with 2 wins from 2, and our confidence is sky high, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Should we get into some Instagram questions for today? There's not many.
Why is that?
Producer Jake has only put 5 down. Oliver says, "Do you think we'll sign any more attacking players? If so, who?" I guess we kind of already touched on that, didn't we? We said maybe like a younger striker. It's difficult to know.
Who's out there for us as well?
It's so difficult because, I don't know of any strikers that I would go, let's have him. So leave it to the managing team, and we'll get one. I reckon we'll sign somebody.
Let's trust.
Or we'll get somebody on loan or something like that. That's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, it probably will be a loan sign.
I don't think we have enough firepower.
Chris says, if we had to sell Pelly Ruddock, how much would you take for him?
50p.
How much is it?
50p.
How much
Joking,
Hey, Bataro, how much you pay for a legend? That's what I want to know.
Legends are expensive.
I think they are, yeah.
Club legends cost a lot of money.
I'm not going to answer that because I don't really know.
How much do you think Pelly Ruddock's worth?
Me personally?
5 mil?
Nah.
Are you not paying for a bit of potential with Pelly Ruddock still?
How old is he now?
20, he's our age, isn't he? 25, 26.
26.
Why not? Why wouldn't he be worth 10?
I mean, don't get it wrong, he could perform in the team, but I just...
Or even 5. Did you say 5?
Yeah, 5.
If you ask, I'll tell you what, you tell me what Pelly's going to turn up and I'll tell you how much he's worth.
If someone's going to come in for Pelly, it's got to be a step up, right? So they're going to have a little bit more dosh than we have. So, depends how good he's
realistically, I wouldn't want to take any money right now for any players. Because
no, you want to keep them.
Solid
just want to keep them,
yeah.
We're talking about that. Josh says
he is part of the team at the end of the day, and he's part of what we're doing and the success that we're having as well. So at the end of the day, everyone's part of that. We don't want to sell. I don't want to sell. No one.
Well, Josh says, do you think we can push for top 10 with our current side?
No.
Top half?
I'd say
ambitious,
14th at a push, 13th at a push.
Pessimistic. Why not? Why do you think we can't do it?
Well, because our squad's not really changed much from last year.
But why do you think everybody else's squad is better than ours?
I'm not saying... No, it's not that, Dave.
Yes, you are. You're saying there's 13 other teams better than us in that division.
I'm saying that, apparently.
You said you finished 14th.
I'm only saying that because we get a few injuries. We've got quite a short squad compared to a lot of teams in the league. We get caught short, maybe Christmas time, whatever, and in the winter period, we have 5 or 6 players out. Then what do we do?
We're screwed.
We haven't got fucking £10 million to spend on 2 players. I mean, like Middlesbrough, what was it? Britt Sombalonga, how much did he cost? 15, 20 million pound? That's a joke. Just to let you know, I think James Collins was up there with the same amount of goals in last season as well. And it cost £250,000.
Well, Josh, I think we can make a good push for it. Whether we get there or not is another matter.
Playoffs. We're going to get automatics.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm not. Come on, I know you take the pee out of me a lot, but why can't we?
No, Dave, hang on a minute. You just said to me a second ago.
Why can't we push it on? Why can't we?
Because we haven't got quality to do so.
Well, ask again in a few weeks' time.
Okay. No, Dave, I get your point, right? I'm saying, why can't we push? It doesn't matter. Sometimes about quality, but I still think in my heart of hearts, my head, whatever, I still don't think we've got enough to push on if we get a few injuries, because the team gets rocked a little bit, and we haven't got a lot of pace in our squad either. That's the massive thing for me, is pace.
I just can't wait until we win a few games and your whole attitudes change, you two.
I'll tell you what, if that is the case, then I'll pay you, because my attitude never changed towards anything. It's always, I'm not going to carry on.
Oh, well, to end, Max says score predictions for Barnsley. I'm going to say Luton going to win it 2-1. There you go.
1-1.
1-1. Dave?
I'm going to go for 2-0 because I can't bet.
Excuse me for sneezing live on the podcast. Never done that before.
I'm going to go 2-0 us. And if it's not 2-0 us, it'll be a draw.
Brilliant.
Well, that's a double prediction, but never mind.
Well, I'm allowed to do that. It didn't say I had to say. He said score predictions. He didn't say I couldn't have more than one choice.
Anyway, it's good to be back doing podcasts. I think they're going to liven up a bit more as the season goes on. Because at the moment, it's still like you're still waiting for performances to come in. You're waiting for stuff to talk about. Exactly. Yeah. So it's hard to talk about a player like Jordan Clark. I've seen him once, but
I can't wait for Saturday to happen.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, though, with all these Saturday, Tuesdays, we're going to have to figure out, I might have to do more, or might have to...
You have to work how much I want to spend on beer.
Double games and stuff, so... Yeah, well, thanks so much for listening today. Make sure you go catch this on YouTube as well, Oh When the Town. If you haven't heard our Chris Coyne podcast, Luke Vitari, then go check it out on YouTube as well. We shall see you next Monday, hopefully after a very good win.
After a victory, hopefully.
Victory.
Yeah, let's hope so. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. We shall see you next week.
Thank you very much.